Shalom. This is Truth is Everlasting, Lion's Den. I am Yahweh Sap. I camp out with Lion Den, Hawan Ben Yashua in Jacksonville, Florida. But first, to give a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the Akims, to the women and children around the world in Paleo Hebrew language. Kal Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ha Rukah Kodash Mahamah, in the name of Yahweh Shai, in spirit and holy and in truth. The honors to the 144,000 chosen elect. The honors to the elders of GMS. The honors to the elders of Lion Den's camp. Salutations to the Akims who are on the four corners of the earth. And to the women and children, Shalom. Okay, I found a video about the island having bunkers under the ground. Trump's Island, they called it. Ivanka, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, Slovakia, is building the world's biggest billionaire's bunker. The title of this lesson, Fret Not Thyself Because of Evil Doers. Here we go.
1,400 hectare private island in the middle of the Mediterranean. We were on a friend's boat and we stopped for a swim. Effectively, that's how we found it.
I was on a vacation after we left government in the summer of 2021. We were on our friend Nat Rothschild's boat. We got picked up in Montenegro, and then we started sailing over to Corfu.
They're not telling you the full story about Ivanka's brand new Trump Island. Now, some of you probably already know this. President Trump's daughter, Ivanka, and her husband, Jared Kushner, are reportedly buying up an entire island. And here's what Ivanka herself had to say about the project.
I'm working on an incredible project with my husband in the Mediterranean. It's massive in scale.
I think that's an understatement. Can you explain?
Yes, it is.
There's no power on this island. You're building everything from scratch. Correct.
Well, it's an unbelievable, beautiful 1,400 hectare private island in the middle of the Mediterranean. We were on a friend's boat and we stopped for a swim. Effectively, that's how we found it. We swam to the islands. We went on a hike, barefoot all the way up to the top, and we were just...
Slaka, remember when she say find it, it's the same as discovering it, right? Same way that Columbus discovered America and discovered the islands, right? Okay, Slaka.
captivated.
Let's clear up a few things, because this story gets a lot stranger once you look a little deeper. First off, this island is not private property. It's actually surrounded by a marine national park. And Ivanka leaves this part out, but here's how they reportedly discovered this island in the first place.
I was on a vacation after we left government in the summer of 2021. We were on our friend Nat Rothschild's boat. We got picked up in Montenegro, and then we started sailing over to Corfu, and we spent a couple days in Albania. One of the nights there, Prime Minister Rama came to the boat. I had not met him when I was in government, but I was very, very impressed with his vision for what he wanted to do with Albania.
Now, another thing you need to understand is this. This isn't some empty rock sitting in the middle of the Mediterranean. This place is basically one giant nuclear bunker. We're talking tunnels connecting more than 3,000 smaller bunkers. And at one point, the island reportedly even had biological and chemical weapons plants.
Well, turns out that Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner aren't just buying a private island to build a luxury resort. Sazan Island is Albania's largest island and is strategically located, once an isolated top-secret Cold War military base featuring thousands of bunkers and miles of tunnels. Now, why in the world would our United States Special Envoy for Peace missions need an island with all of that? So when Ivanka said this,
The opportunity to help realize its potential and transform it, but with a lot of restraint and care, because the land is so beautiful that really the architecture has to be fully integrated into it, almost rise from it.
that's such a sweet story about preserving the beautiful land and the nature and building the architecture around that. But I wonder if you're building the architecture around something else.
So naturally, you gotta ask yourself, why the hell are Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner willing to spend billions turning this place into some luxury paradise, especially when locals reportedly hate the idea?
Okay, let's stop it right there. You know, they're getting ready because the simple reason that they know that the second shutdown worldwide is going to bring hell on earth. Okay? Just like Zuckerberg has bunkers in Hawaii. Okay? Mostly everybody has bunkers. Bill Gates, right? Elon Musk, and the rest of the and President building a new room at the White House in an underground tunnel that travels for miles to the bunker. So they're getting ready. Okay? I want to go to Psalm chapter 37 verse 1. And you hear the fan slacking, but it's too hot for me to keep it off. Okay, Psalm 37 verse 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. Verse 2. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. So they, they read the Bible, the wicked ones in power, and they keep an eye on the YouTube that our elders, be doing. So they're very aware what's coming down the pipe. Verse 3, trust in Yahweh and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Right? Because this second shutdown, there's not going to be enough food in the stores to begin with, okay? That's how serious things are going to get. Salakia. Verse 4, delight thyself also in Yahweh, and he shall give thee the desire of thy heart. Ooh, Salakia. So, come we do the work day and night, right? Because this wicked world has to go. This wicked kingdom has to be removed from the face of the earth. Okay? Verse 5, commit thy ways unto Yahweh, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. Verse 6, and he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, as the truth, Salakia, and thy judgment as a noonday. Verse 7, rest in Yahweh and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prosper. And that's what they're, going around the world, raping, robbing, and plundering, right? And saying we're coming to your land in the name of peace. In his ways because of men who brings wicked devices to pass. Verse 8, cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. Verse 9, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon Yahweh, they shall inherit the earth. Verse 11, but the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. Verse 18, Yahweh knows the days of the upright, and the inheritance shall be forever. Verse 19, they shall not be ashamed in evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. Woo! Verse 22, for such be blessed of him shall inherit the earth, and they that be cursed of him shall be cut off. And the Edomites are cursed, big time. Verse 27, depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore. Verse 35, I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Is that true or what? They're all over the world now, right? And they don't quit. I want to go to Psalm chapter 11. Give me a minute. I gotta fix this. Verse 5. Yahushua tries the righteous, but the wicked, him that loves violence, his soul hateth. Verse 6. Upon the wicked he shall rain sneers, fire and brimstone. Now you know what having bunkers. And the horrible tempest, this shall be the portion of their cup. Woo! Yeah, I can see where they're gonna go high. Shalakia. Verse 7. For the righteous Yahweh loves righteousness. His countenance do behold the upright. Okay? The evil, he's going to destroy. The wicked, bye-bye. Psalm chapter 21. Start with verse 8. Thy hand shall find out all thy enemies. Thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee. Verse 9. Thou shalt make them as a fire oven, a fiery oven, Slakia, in the times of thy anger. Yahushua shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. So you can see why they, are spending damn much money, because the wicked's life depends on it. Verse 10. Their fruit shalt thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. Woo, not even their children will be able to escape. Verse 11. For they intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischief device which they are not able to perform. Yeah, they're bringing in that G6, right? The new advanced super AI, okay? That they're so excited to unleash to the whole world. Let's go to Psalm 36, verse 7. How excellent is thy loving kindness, O Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai. Therefore, the children of men put their trust under the shadow of thy wings. Ooh, that's beautiful. Verse 8. They shall be abundantly satisfied with the fatness of thy house, and thou shalt make them drink of the river of thy pleasure. What river is that? The word, the book, right? In the name of Yahushua. Verse 9. For with thee is there fountain of life. In thy light shall we see light. Yeah, in thy truth we shall see the truth. Who we really are, the so-called Negro, Celestial, speckled birds, the Hebrew Israelites, okay, and who the wicked are. Right? Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Joel chapter 2, start with verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet, Zion, right, Israel, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land, of the earth, tremble, for the day of Yahushua cometh, for it is near at hand. Verse 2. A day of darknesses and of gloominess. See, and the wicked notice they come, they're building these bunkers, and they're going, they're spending, the more money they spend, the more unaliving they do around the world, okay? A day of cloud and of thick darknesses, as the morning spreads upon the mountains, okay, upon the government, a great people and a strong, there has not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Yeah, this is the last Roman Empire, Babylonian Empire, Egypt Empire. Okay, so verse 3: a fire devours before them, and behind them a flaming burneth. The land it is as the garden of Eden, naked again, before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. No, they're not going to escape just because they have a underground bunker, underground city. Okay? I'm gonna leave it with what was that again? Oh, Second Peter. Peter, chapter 3. Start with verse 1. I now write unto you in both which I stir up your pure mind by ways of remembrance. Verse 2, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandments of us, the apostles of Yahushua, Saviors. Verse 9, Yahushua is not slack in concerning his promise, as some men count slacknesses, but is long-suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. Now, when it says all, we're not talking about the whole world. Come on, wake up. It's only talking to the so-called Negros, Latinos, and speckled birds. The Bible only belongs to 12 tribes. The so-called Negros, Latinos, and speckled birds, not to the whole world. Okay? Keep that in mind. Verse 10, but the day of Yahushua will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Okay, not the earth. Okay, the world, this wicked world, is going to be removed, burned to the ground. Okay? Verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what matter of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Right? Most of our people, well, not most, 2/3 of our people, so-called Negros, Latinos, and speckled bird, all they want to talk about is money, 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 right? And entertainment. But about Yahweh Shah, come on, man, that book is written by man. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's right. And then when you say that, they come and say, yeah, but by many hands. Yeah, you're right again. Wow, you do know something about scripture. Okay, verse 12. Looking forward, hasting unto the coming of the day of Yahushua, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the enemy shall melt with fervent heat. Now, you know those has to do with the missiles that Russia and China and other countries are going to unleash coming to America. Okay? Things are getting worse over there. If you're not keeping track, the so-called Negros, Latinos, and speckled birds, right? If you're not keeping track what's going on because, you don't like negativity, as you put it, right? Oh, that's the other TV or internet talks about negativity. I like to think only positive. Okay. When you see those missiles coming, see if you can turn it positive, okay? See if that works. Verse 13, and I'll leave it with this. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwells righteousness. That's positive attitude. With gratitude, by the way. That's how come we do the work. I hope that this was edifying, and with that I'll say, Shalom.